So should we get Dr. Etim to speak? Gladys?
Yes, of course.
Welcome, by the way. First of all, let's just welcome her.
Thank you. But
Hello.
I
Welcome,
was so
ma'am.
enjoying the fly. Hi. I was really
I
enjoying
love
listening to
your
you.
hair.
Oshante, thank you. I was enjoying being on the wall, being the fly on the wall and just listening, enjoying and having a good time.
Good.
I
Good.
was not going to have so much opinion on that, but trust me, um, I I think open marriage makes trust overrated. Yeah, it makes rubbish of the word trust. Because when it's funny that the same person who enjoys open marriage, when you ask them what they need in a partner, they will be mentioning trust. They will be mentioning having access to that person wholly. Like, I want to be sure I'm the only person that has this particular, what's the word now, that you're giving this
Access.
100% attention to.
Exclusive.
They will give you, yes, they will give you things they are looking out for in a good relationship. That when you check, you never found in an open marriage or open relationship. That's the
Mm,
truth.
right.
Because openness means you could do whatever. You could live however you want. You could have multiple partners. You could do whatever you want. And I keep saying, can somebody who really is open in their relationships with whoever, bisexual, monosexual, multisexual, be same person who has values? I'm asking myself the same questions. Can I be talking about values if I could actually do anything I want?
Yeah.
There's a thin line between that. And in the midst of all everyone has said, because there aren't quite a lot of statistics to show us
Mm,
what is acceptable. We don't have a vast amount of statistical data actually comparing the outcomes of open marriages and the traditional monogamous marriages. We don't have. But one thing for sure that we do have is the fact that there is the need. Every human wants stability, and you find out most often in monogamous relationships and marriages.
right.
Every
Understand.
human wants, yes, every human wants trust, and you could, to a large extent, seek, search, and sometimes find that in monogamous marriages. You can't find that in open marriage because it's free for all. I'm free to do whatever I
Mm,
want. Now, satisfaction in the relationship. I was looking at a 2018 study published in the Journal of Sex Research, and there says that individuals in consensual open relationships report higher levels of non-satisfaction, actually. And then same report says you can't even hold on to what we are saying because there's another school of thought that says exactly the same thing about monogamous relationships. So where are we exactly? So I think I would leave the open marriage to those who have the guts and the strength for the topsy-turvy that comes with it. And I'll just stick to something that has something I can define and I can hold on to. And that's not open marriage. No.
right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Over to you, bro.
Well, yes. I mean, I think what everyone has said, things that are very, very valid. I mean, for me, for example, I think something Rose said um, rang a bell really, because as you know, I write music, and when anybody writes a love song, it would seem very, very strange to write a song to sort of two or three different wives or different husbands at the same time. It's a love song is aimed at the person you really would seem very, very strange to write a song to sort of 2 or 3 different wives or different husbands at the same time. It's a love song is aimed at the person you really love. So that kind of supports what certainly what Dr. Gladys and what Rose say. Equally, I can see where Phantom is coming from, because yes, there is a lot of cheating in marriage, and if non-monogamy, polyamory is a way of actually being honest with each other. Okay, we can say, perhaps one person is coerced into doing it. Well, that's not really part of what we're saying. I think we're saying where there is complete agreement and consent in a couple, and that does happen. There are millions of people, albeit on a small percentage basis of the total, who practice non-monogamy around the world, and it does work, obviously, for quite a lot of people. If it doesn't for others, just the same statistics as ordinary marriage. But if it works for a couple, then perhaps there shouldn't be any objection to that couple and those other couples with them doing what works for them. I've just actually, perhaps what triggered this in me, I've recently finished a book that was released this year by an American lady called More, M-O-R-E, and her name is Molly Roden Winter. And it's about her marriage, which is 25 years old. After 9 years, she and her husband decided, the book explains why, but they would like to try an open marriage. And since then, they've met and sort of both fallen in love with other people, which kind of sounds alien to most of us to do that. But she said, as far as she's concerned, the falling in love with 2 or 3 other men has only enhanced her love for her husband. They've got 2 children. They're grown up now, 22 and 19, who one of them particularly, I think, found it hard to absorb what was going on. But she seems to say it works. And I would commend that book. It's an unputdownable book to read. But for them, it seems to work. And for people they know who do the same things. For others, as I say, for me, one of the difficult things would be a very human trait, and that's jealousy. Again, perhaps jealousy is not part of real love. I mean, if we read some elements in the Bible, probably in Corinthians, it says love is patient, love is kind, it doesn't envy, and so on, all the things that we flawed humans often do. But actually, just as perhaps another point, Christianity is a monogamous religion, but only because the Roman Empire was monogamous. There's no reference or support in the Bible to monogamous relationships, which is not to say they're against it, but yeah, the Bible doesn't actually condone or suggest monogamy. On the contrary, sometimes.
All right. I think Phantom has something to say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, actually, I agree with Trevor on this. Sorry, just a moment. Let me end that. Okay. Okay, yes, I actually agree with Trevor on that, because most of the Bible experiences we have with humans, they were literally polygamous. In fact, no, they're not even polygamous. Most of them were not married. They're polyamorous. Because why I'm rooting for an open relationship, like I said, Trevor said, jealousy gets in. So by the time you start cheating on me, I would not be comfortable. I would not get a divorce because you're cheating. And how many people don't want to marry after that? So why not just get into a open relationship whereby I know, okay, you don't have to cheat on me. It's what we both parties agree to. And we'll get to live happily ever after. David had so many wives and concubines, and everyone was living happily, very, very happy, without stress, because everyone knew their positions, everyone knew what he or she is. You get. So if I know I'm your one and only, to me, you are betrothed to, and the next thing you're smiling at someone, or you're reducing our pocket allowance for travel, we're supposed to go to Hawaii, you're taking it to someone to Bora Bora. How do you expect me to feel? No, instead of having heartbreaks all the time and the whole circle goes on, please, let's make it open so that there'll be no. And the truth is, I wanted to give an example about a friend of mine who was a lawyer. She was having this open relationship with her boyfriend, an engineer.